What's that? A Cyberpunk game where you're playing a delivery driver in a weird hover car future, all built in these kind of endearing little voxels? Made by a team of what? Less than 10 people? That seems a bit far-fetched. Almost about as plausible as me doing a decent intro. Ah, I get it. Anyway, this is Cloudpunk, and this is my first impressions. Enjoy. Well, hello guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. Thanks for putting up with that awful intro. I thought about doing something different, so bear with me. Today I wanted to do a first impressions of this beautiful little game called Cloudpunk, in which you do play a delivery driver in this weird floaty, futuristic hover car future. I'm going to show you the first kind of bit of gameplay because I don't want to kind of go into too much of the story. I've probably played about 2 hours of this so far. And I've enjoyed my time with it immensely. And I just want to kind of go through a few of the things that I think grab you when you first play a game to make you feel like it's had some love and craft put into it. Now, I'm not going to say this game is perfect. It does suffer from a few control problems, but it certainly is not a deal breaker as such. It might get annoying for some people because most of the game is you driving about. For the time that I've been playing. Maybe it expands out, maybe it goes wider, but as I said in the intro, this is from a team of less than 10 people, and I think it's a fantastic job, which seems to have been a bit of a kind of a passion project for the guys over at Ion Studios for a couple of years now. They finally released it on the 23rd of April, and it's hit with a bang, to be honest. For me anyway, I'm an absolute mug for cyberpunk related stuff like this. It has this weird kind of combination feel of it's got this Blade Runner neon vibe. It's definitely got the whole score of a synth-based cyberpunky future that just it goes through your ears like silk. It's beautifully scored. The environments look really nice. You can see some of the kind of backgrounds here. Because it's all in voxels and this kind of I want to call it low poly kind of aspect, a bit like sort of a Minecraft vibe of having things in blocks. It doesn't take away from the detail when you're flying around the city. It doesn't take any detail away from my bad driving either, by the looks of things. But it doesn't take away from the actual gameplay, and it is one of those kind of rich, exploratory kind of games. You can see icons on the map everywhere. There's sort of landing points, lifts, points of interest when you land, and they seem to be in these kind of little sections where you can park and explore that area, but then you have to drive to the next piece. So you have to kind of keep getting in and out of your car, manage your fuel, and obviously deal with not crashing into other cars and buildings. Now this part on we're here just right now is the kind of highway, which allows you to drive a little bit faster around the city, and you can go up and down and stuff, and it's has kind of tunnels and things. You know, the actual traversal in the actual game is very, very nice. It does have that feeling of, yeah, I'm in this world. It's populated enough with things moving about. It doesn't feel dead and barren. It's beautiful to look at, and so you probably enjoy those first impressions, the literal first impressions of the game. You literally start, as you've just seen here, in your car, kind of phoning in saying, I'm here. I don't know how I crashed into that, but saying, I'm here, I'm ready to do some work, delivering some parcels here, there and everywhere. And the controller that you deal with, the story does kick off within the first, I'd say, 30 minutes of something going on and stuff happening. You get choices that you can make about things to do, so you get a little bit of free will in what you're doing in those particular areas. You can see here, as I've just started playing, this is me trying to work out how to park my car before I realise you can only park them in designated spots. I'm trying to drive into buildings. I don't give a fuck, mate. I'm just trying my best to really ruin the camera, and almost kind of did it. Anyway, moving on. There we go. So I just skipped about 15 minutes because it was me trying to find a parking space. Anyway, so this is Cloudpunk. This is kind of your hub where you're going to pick up a parcel and take it to another place. And you come out your car and you pick up the parcel, and you can go around and pick up things on the ground, collectibles and stuff like that. But this game also holds a lot of sort of RPG elements. And I'll say elements because at the moment, so far, I've been able to speak to a few NPCs and get a few kind of side quests. As also I've picked up a few upgrades for my car, and general kind of things you can do in most games. Level up your character or your vehicle, and explore the world a little bit. One of the nice things that I do find in games like this is that it isn't just all text based. We have voice actors doing a fairly decent job, to be fair. I'm actually quite impressed to have different voices for the characters you meet, and they feel authentic. They feel like they've got some character there. They actually are the things that they're supposed to be, and no matter how many times I crash into buildings, I will slowly get the hang of it, I promise you. But that's one of the things I would say is a bit of a downer on this game. I think my brain is just wired to operate video game vehicles, and as this, I was using the keyboard and mouse for this, so bearing in mind that's not really the right thing to do with any kind of driving game, but I did feel like the turning circle was a little bit unpredictable at times, and I did find myself turning too quickly or too late, and kind of bashing into things quite a lot. I did get the hang of it, obviously not here, but I did get the hang of it at certain places later on in the game, but I'm not sure how integral it's going to be to being a good driver in Cloudpunk. So generally still good positive vibes from the first impressions. As you go on through the game, you'll get certain missions where you have to choose the outcome of the mission, and that can be anything from the first one you encounter is whether you want to deliver a package that's ticking to somewhere or dump it somewhere. So that's kind of a nice clear good and bad option, I think, and whether you want to keep your job or not, etc. So you have to manage your fuel, you have to manage, traversing the areas and exploring the areas of Cloudpunk. I've yet to see how much gameplay you're going to get for your money. I'll put the price of the game up on screen because I can't actually remember how much I paid for it a few days ago. I've had a busy couple of days, to be fair. But I want to kind of give you my first feelings of the game, and I think it's a really good hit. I would probably score it as a first impression of a good 7, maybe even 8 out of 10, because what it's trying to be is an immersive experience without trying to be realistic. I mean, it's a cyberpunk game, it's going to be set in this future with transhumanism kind of aspects of merging with, augments in your body from some of the characters that you meet and talk to. You're flying a hovering car, so it's kind of in that zone, but at the same reason, it's kind of it doesn't try and do more than it should. It's a very engaging RPG-like game, and I'm hoping that as the more time I spend with it, it'll give me more and more immersion into that kind of RPG feeling. You're playing as Rania, I can't remember how she pronounced her name, but you're first day on the job, you are a delivery driver. And it seems to be quite a dangerous job, as the previous driver died on his first shift. So Control, you can see there, is giving you kind of the run of the land and telling you how to do things. I absolutely adored the aesthetic in this game, and I adore the effort that's gone into building this world. And I only hope that they have the good sight to maybe see how this does, which I think is going down pretty well critically, and for people like me that can really appreciate something like this. And I hope they have the audacity to try and do a Cloudpunk 2. I think it would be a really nice kind of touch to start building on this world a little bit. Now I think I'll probably do something that is going to be more of a review on this game. I've got the feeling that I want to be playing this more and get to the end, see how it is, and maybe issue out a review if you guys want to see that, so let me know down in the comments. But I certainly think it's a game worth a look, and even if you can't afford to buy the game, I would suggest maybe watching somebody playing it on Twitch or something, see if you want to invest in that particular game. One of the other small things that I'd like to just point out is the camera. It can be a little bit iffy at times. I mean, you can see me parking here, and it immediately cuts to you kind of at the entrance point, but you have to go up and walk into your car, and then you'll see here the kind of camera is sort of fixed, but it doesn't really work with you. It's not as free as like a free pointing kind of game. It's in one of kind of 4 directions, and that can screw with you running about. But what I will say is the actual characters and the sprites involved here, they are well put together. I mean, you watch them walking along, it's really quite fluid. And as most things are kind of tiny or big and neon, the difference in size, you almost lose the sight of these voxels. They end up being well animated small sprites on screen. And when you're comparing that to fuzzy kind of photo pictures from people you're talking to, like we are here with Erwin Carver, it's just well put together, and it's not often you do get a game out of the blue, that I'm not waiting for, as it were, for AAAs and games that I do love already, that comes out well polished, put together, from such a small team as well. So that's kind of my first impressions of the game. Definite strong 7 out of 10, maybe even an 8. Purely from the enjoyment of the score, the quality of everything being put together, and the potential this game has. Will it live up to that potential, or will it kind of be a bit boring and a bit flat? I don't know, but so far the interaction I've had with it has been good. So let me know what you think down in the comments of this first impressions of Cloudpunk. For you, is it a game that you just will be turned off by straight away? In that case, why are you still here? But if it's a game that interests you, let me know what kind of aspects are really grabbing you. And is it a game you can be picking up? Have you tried it already? And what do you think? I'd love to hear from you guys. And so let us know down in the comments. Drop a like and subscribe, all that good stuff to help out the channel. And I do hope to see you again soon, as we have videos out every Wednesday and Saturday. So until then, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.